Hi, everyone, and welcome to Candidates Forum. I'm Walter Mann from NHTV, and in an effort to educate the public about some of the key races coming up in the November municipal election here in North Haven, we did reach out to both Democratic and Republican Party chairmen to let them know that should any candidates running, as well as independents, should any candidates running for a particular office choose to come in and do an interview here at NHTV, that we would be happy to do that. And our first one of the season is Peter Criscuolo, who many of you probably recognize for many years as being on the Fire Commission. And Peter, welcome. Great to have you here.
Walter, thank you very much for inviting me.
Yeah, great to have you. Now let's go back, because we may have some people that are new in town, or some people that maybe don't remember all the history, but you were on the Fire Commission previously for how many years?
24.
24. And then you were off. How many years have you been off the fire? 4. And now you're seeking to get back on. Tell us, I guess, first of all, what made you decide to run again for the Fire Commission, having served 24 years and then taken 4 years away? What's made you decide to run again?
I want the best for the fire department, and I want the best for the town. It works hand in hand. And I don't think that that's happening right now. We have a great administration, and we have good commissioners, don't get me wrong, okay? But I have a different feeling about the fire department. It's not just about having a badge or a title as a commissioner, because that doesn't concern me at all. We have the best department, I think, in the state of Connecticut. We have the best administrators. The chief, deputy chief, captains, lieutenants, are working men and women. But we need more. We need more for them to help the public. And I don't think they're getting that, okay? I'm 100% union. I'm endorsed by every union there is. Mm-hmm. I'm the only endorsed candidate in the state of Connecticut as a commissioner. We need more firefighters. We need somebody to push for it. We can't keep kicking the can down the road. So I was off for a couple of years, but while I was off, I never left the firehouse. Mm-hmm. I've been there during that time that I was not a commissioner. I still raised money. As you well know, we have a training center on Washington Avenue. The assistant deputy chief training officer needed to put containers there. They wanted to do some live burns, rescues. They didn't have the money. I went out and raised a little over $70,000 for that project. Mm-hmm. It cost the townspeople, the taxpayers, approximately $1,400 to $1,600.
And this is located behind the Northeast Volunteer Fire Department.
That's behind Northeast Volunteer Firehouse. Because we need the training. We don't have the money. You can't keep going after the taxpayers. I was fortunate to go to some of our local businesses, and it was a great effort to put the business people and the fire department together to work hand in hand. And it works better that way. People think that you shouldn't be going. I was told you shouldn't be going to businesses. Well, that's not true. Businesses want to be involved. They're proud to be involved. I'm proud to live in North Haven. We have an excellent town.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to come back to the fire department. I just raised more money this past 2 months to buy repelling gear. And last week, we have a local company, ProClean, went to our main firehouse on Broadway, and they cleaned the entire firehouse at no cost to the town. That's like a $12,000, $13,000 job.
Yeah.
And they're friends of mine, and they did it as a favor. And
it's good.
That's why I want to be back. I want to use that influence I have to better the fire department.
So in the 4 years you've been off the Fire Commission, as you said, you haven't been a stranger at fire headquarters and helping the fire service. I guess my question would be, being off for 4 years, I guess perhaps gave you a little bit of a chance to kind of sit back, not from a commissioner's perspective, and look at it maybe differently. I don't know. Did that 4-year time frame allow you to see anything differently that maybe you wouldn't have seen if you were still on the commission, just as a resident, as an outsider?
Well, it works both ways. yes, I saw some things that didn't fit right. I see that our firefighters are not getting the help they need. They're overworked. We're doing about 3,600 to 3,700 calls a year. We're down in staff. We should have 42, we have 40. You need 14 firefighters to a shift. You have to have that. We don't have that. Our men are just working and working and working. Are we in danger? We're not in danger, but we're on a slippery slope.
Now, some firemen, I guess, I don't know if it's at their choice or not, but they will work not just one shift, but they'll work an additional back-to-back shift, or is it 3? I'm not sure. Can you tell me about that?
They'll work a back-to-back shift if it's needed. Do they really want to? No. It's very, very strenuous.
Yeah.
Okay. And when people say, well, you don't have that many big structure fires. No, you don't. No, you don't. You still have 3,600 calls. Yeah. So when you're sleeping at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I've been at the firehouse and I've tried it. 2 o'clock in the morning, the alarm goes off, the lights flashing, the alarm goes off. You have 180 seconds to get dressed, your gear, get on the apparatus, roll off the apron, and then have somebody tell you a minute later, turn back, it was a false alarm. Yeah. Well, your heart doesn't know that. Your body doesn't know that.
Right.
The bang is already there. So, I said beginning, we have the best firefighters anywhere, and we have the best administration. The chief, deputy chiefs, fire marshals, they all know their job. And the chief is right. We need more firefighters. I don't want to send up the boogeyman and scare everybody that we're not safe. We are safe, but we're pushing the envelope.
I think if you look over the last, let's just say 20 years, I think just as a resident and very familiar with the town, I've seen changes in the fire department where maybe many years ago there wasn't maybe enough apparatus bought on a regular basis when it needed to be, or different types of equipment or what have you. But in the last number of years, we've seen first of all the fire departments remodeled or added on to or what have you. We've seen Monowese become a paid staffed place. We've seen more people on a shift now than say 20 years ago. So there has been progress, right, to get where we are.
There has been progress, you're right. But economical growth is far more ahead of our progress.
Right.
We're building and taking in more people in this town, in businesses, and apartment buildings, and condos at a faster rate than we're putting on firefighters.
Right.
Like I said, it's hard to understand. Everybody wants a police officer on every corner. They want a firefighter on every block.
Right.
Well, you have to pay for that, unfortunately.
Right.
And we have the best of everything in this town. The best police department, public works, board of ed. We have the best of. I'm proud to be in this town.
Right.
Very proud.
Yep.
But we have to keep up. We have a great first selectman, Mike Frieda. He does both jobs. He's an economic development officer. He does everything. And he's bringing great businesses and buildings in town. But with that, you bring extra stress and responsibility.
Sure.
Medical calls, accident, people coming in and out of our town, driving.
Yep.
Okay? So you need better and more safety. And it's like when you go on a plane and the stewardess tells you, if we're going down, put your ear mask on first and help the person next to you.
Right.
Our fire department has to have the best of everything and enough bodies to go out and fulfill this. We're overlapping calls.
Yep.
We're running a little late on some calls. We take care of more highway than any other department around us.
Yeah.
We do the Mount Carmel Connector. We do I-91. We do Route 15. We go 15 to Mirror Parkway. So we're all over the place.
Right. Let's talk about the first 24 years you were on the commission, which is quite a lengthy time. What were some of, maybe if looking back, if you can remember, some of the big issues or projects that you worked on or focused on as a fire commission during the first 24 years? What highlights stand out?
Well, I was chairman of the building commission. All the all
Was
the
that
buildings.
2009, I think?
I think it was 2009.
Yep.
Okay. I learned to interact with the firefighters on a day-to-day basis. See, I have a commissioner helmet they gave me.
Yep.
No one has that. I went through fire ops. I went through 3 live burns. I've been up 95 feet in the ladder. When I started, I was fighting for a 28th man. I remember going there and doing studies on sleep deprivation and holding firefighters over 3, 4, 5 tricks they were holding them. 5 tricks.
Yeah.
Poor firefighter couldn't go home. Well, we're doing it again.
Yep.
We're doing it again. We're not going forward. We're going backwards.
You mentioned some live burns that you've been involved in. A question I would have, do commissioners ever get the opportunity at some point to ride on an apparatus to a call, or is that not allowed?
It's not that it's not allowed. You could, but you can't go on the fire ground.
Okay.
You really shouldn't be on the
Like
fire
I would
ground.
think even with a police commissioner, maybe it would be good now and then for a police commissioner to ride along patrol with a policeman. I don't know, just to
listen.
kind of see what they go through. Same thing with firemen.
It's a good thing to do, and the reason why I chose to go to a live burn,
Yeah.
which, trust me, I was in a controlled environment with the best of the best firefighters next
Yeah.
to me,
Yep.
and I was frightened. It's very
Yeah.
scary,
Yep.
and I'm in half the temperature that those poor firefighters go in.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be able to do it so if I sit on a committee or I sit at a table like right now, I could answer you and tell you how frightening it is and how our firefighters, all firefighters, work so hard.
Right.
And you need more firefighters. We need 14 to a shift.
So maybe we've covered this, but I was going to ask you, what are some of the issues and concerns facing the fire department? Certainly staffing is probably number 1 or number 2, right?
Staffing is number 1 right now. We're backlogged. We have 2 pieces of equipment coming in. We have an engine coming in, and we have a quint coming in. Okay.
What's a quint?
The quint is a engine ladder truck
Okay.
combination. Okay, it's a little smaller.
Okay.
They're back ordered. You can't
Right.
even get them.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about a ladder truck is $1.5 million plus.
Mm.
An engine is $1 million.
What's a quint?
It's about $1.25 million, I
Okay.
guess.
All right.
Probably $1 million.
Yep.
I don't know the exact
Yeah.
price because in the last 2 years the prices have just
Skyrocketed. I'm sure.
so
yeah.
I don't know the
Yep.
exact cost. But our chief is on it. He's very diligent. He's doing a great job.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job. But again, we go back to the same thing. When I came on, we had 105 volunteers. Prime
Right.
example.
Yep.
105 volunteers to assist us.
Yeah.
And we always had at least 40 or 50 waiting to get on.
Yep.
Now, fast forward, we have 17 on the list, 13 available
And that's between Northeast and West Ridge.
between Northeast and West Ridge.
Well, that's my next question. Do you see a day where those, like with Monowese, where those fire companies, maybe one first and the second one at another point, actually become entities that are paid with staff as opposed to volunteers?
Northeast will be the next one that will have a paid staff,
Like Monowese.
like Monowese.
Is that where maybe overnights there's nobody there, but during...
No, they can't do that. They have to put on, this is why you need the firefighters.
Yeah.
Okay? We could start, you have to start with a minimum of 6. That gives us 2 shifts. And
Yep.
that's a slim shift. We're putting 3 firefighters on an apparatus. It should be 4. Should be 4.
So then are you talking about adding 18 positions to staff Northeast, for example, if you have 3 shifts with 6 people?
If you have 4 shifts and you put on, that'll give us 2 shifts.
Okay.
Okay, so 12 firefighters
Yep.
make up A, B, C, and D platoons.
Yep.
3, 6, 9, 12.
Yep.
12 is ideal.
Yeah.
I'd like to start with 6 and then 6 next year.
Yep.
And then we could fully fit
Right.
Northeast. And then we'll start putting on more firefighters.
Yep.
I understand people think that's like
A lot of money.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
We're going to look for grants, federal, state, see where we can get some money.
Right.
4 firefighters are approximately $500,000.
Yeah.
and you have to buy a piece of equipment.
Of course.
Okay, and this is where we go back where people say, "Gee, the police department puts on 4 or 5 officers. Doesn't cost us anywhere near that." And you buy, okay. You hire a police officer. We put him in a vehicle. The vehicle's about 50, 60,000.
Right.
He patrols the town, and he keeps us safe.
Yeah.
Our police are the best.
They are, yeah.
They watch everything. Firefighters, you can't put one in a car.
Right.
You have to put a minimum of 3 on a piece of apparatus that's worth $1 million.
As opposed to 60. Yeah.
Opposed to 60,000.
Yeah.
You can buy a lot of vehicles
Right.
for $1 million.
Yeah.
So you can't equate the two. They're totally different.
Do you think the ship has sailed on, or is sailing, if it not already hasn't, on actually being able to continue to rely, I think it is, on volunteers? Very hard. What can be done to get more volunteers?
Okay. Nationwide, there's a crisis nationwide on volunteers. It's
Right.
been that way for a long time. You probably retain 25% of your volunteers,
Yep.
okay, at any given time, and you lose 75%. As I said, we had 105. We're down to 17, 13 on the
Right.
list. Okay, actually working. We offer them a small pension.
Yep.
We offer them the best of turnout gear. We built new buildings for them. Okay,
Is there a small tax incentive or something?
we give them a tax incentive.
Right.
I helped get their pension up when I was on before.
Yeah.
Okay, we offer them all these things. Okay, we can't offer them a pay. We give them a little stipend.
Right.
Okay, unfortunately, in today's world, people have to make a living.
Yeah.
So if you're a volunteer, you still have to do, it's mandated. It's mandated. You have to do your training. You have to participate in so many calls.
Right.
But the training is really essential. So you have to go for your training. That means if you work nights, you have to take a night off from work. Whoever you work for is not going to let you do that. So this is why it's hard to retain volunteers.
Right.
During the course of the day, you're on a job.
Yep.
The alarm goes off. You can't leave your job. Maybe you're on construction. You can't leave it
Right.
to go help in North Haven. So it's not that we have people that don't want to be volunteers. We have people that want to be. They can't financially afford to be sometimes. But we have a lot of good
Yeah.
people in North Haven that want to be volunteers, but they can't give up that time.
Sure. No, that's understandable. It's a
That's
different,
why we need
different
to
time.
put on
Yeah.
paid firefighters.
You know, you almost wonder, I think you elaborated before, and I think anybody on the commission would agree to this, when you really think about what causes the need for expansion on a fairly regular basis is the town itself is expanding. Every time a new development, whether it's apartments or retail or industrial, get added, you know, you almost would maybe think that maybe when these projects are going through the approval process, that somebody could say, okay, if we're going to put a, I don't know, 100,000 square foot factory on this site, what do we think that's going to cost in added police or fire a year, or refuse? Well, not refuse, but whatever types of things would be related to that in terms of town services. It's almost too bad there wasn't like an easy formula to think about that, so that anytime something comes in that adds, right, that an additional fire or police or what have you is considered. But apparently that's not always, in a lot of cases, thought about, right?
Well, it is thought about.
It is.
And the chief, again, does a great job with that.
Okay.
And he brings that up. But unfortunately, we're putting up 200 units, and we're going to need another firefighter.
Yeah.
But again, putting on one firefighter, all you do is you send out that one piece of apparatus instead of 3 firefighters, 4 firefighters.
Right.
He can't take his own vehicle to go.
Right.
So you need to put on a shift, and shifts come in 3s.
Yeah.
And this is why it keeps multiplying. You know, you said over the years, I raised $140,000 in life-saving equipment that the town didn't have to buy. That was
Right.
life-saving equipment.
Now, was that, I remember one of the things that you had, because I remember seeing these, some sort of automatic chest compression thing
Right.
from
It's a Lucas heart save machine.
Fareed, was it Fareed Khan?
Fareed,
Or?
right.
Yeah.
Fareed gave us the money.
Yep.
We had that clamps on you,
Yep.
turn it, starts the compression, that frees up a paramedic to start
Right.
a line, whatever.
Yep.
Okay? He was very, very gracious with
Yeah.
that. We had the first battery-operated Jaws of Life. Could run to a scene. He helped buy that.
Right.
We have the best all-terrain vehicles, right
Yeah.
now. We
Yeah.
have sleds in the back of it. So I was able to get all that from people, like $140,000. We have bulletproof vests for our firefighters.
Something years ago wouldn't have been thought about. But
Right. But I
Yeah.
purchased them because they need that.
Yep.
They need that.
Yeah.
So I mean, the bottom line is, and I know people are going to say, where's this money going to come from? We keep developing. Economic development keeps going on. You have to keep putting on firefighters.
Yeah.
That's a necessity. That's a must. There's no way to get away from it.
Right. Well, and I think if you look at a town like North Branford that has very little economic, on the grand list anyways, in terms of commercial, they're I think all volunteer except maybe a part-time paid fire chief or whatever. So
Right.
there's a perfect example of a town that either does not, or in their case, they don't have the land to do that. So they don't have those expenses. But in this type of a town, or a town like Brantford or what have you, you're going to be faced with that as long as you continue to allow the town to grow.
Listen, on the south end of town, I guess you would call that Pas Monoise,
Yeah.
Summer Lane, all up through there. That was all cow pasture.
Right.
Just 500 new houses there.
Yeah.
Going north on Route 5, we had nothing but barren space.
Right.
You have 3 high rises on one side, 3 on the other side now. We're building more on Clintonville Road. We're just building and building. We're taking in people. When you take in people, you have to provide safety.
Right. Right. Well, if you could look at the camera and tell people why they should vote for you this November, please do that. Let them know why.
I would hope that you would vote for me for my experience, all the years that I've been involved, the dedication to raise over $220,000 so the taxpayers didn't have to pay, my working with the firefighters on a day-to-day basis. I could walk into the firehouse at any given time and know every single firefighter in there by his first name. And they all know me. I've talked with them. I've had numerous conversations, broke bread with them, went to dinners with them, know what they think, know what they feel, and I'm constantly picking their brain on what we need to go forward. I have a great rapport with the chiefs. We have a new deputy right now, a very smart man, came from Hamden, okay? I hope to work with him in the future. And I work with the chief himself, Paul, and the training officer, Chief Bisson. So I have that ability and I have that knowledge. And like I said, I did go through the live burns, the fire op, up on the 95-foot ladder. I have the experience and I know what we need. And I'm not afraid to ask the people for it. So I would really hope that you would vote for me and bring me back to work with the best of the best. We have the best of the best, and I want to be part of that team. It's a team. It's a team that becomes a family. And I want to be part of that family again. I haven't drifted away. Like I said, I'm there all the time. I was there today again. I'm always with them. So please vote for me. I'm 22A. I'm the only endorsed candidate with the Democratic Party. That's it. I'm the only Democrat endorsed candidate, and I am the only union endorsed candidate in the state of Connecticut. And that's all the fire unions, the operating engineers, building trades, Teamsters Local 443, and local surrounding chiefs. I have their letters asking people to vote for me. So please vote for me, and I won't let you down.
Before we wrap up, I said I'd finish off with a lighthearted question. So if you go back historically in North Haven over the years, and I only remember back to the 70s, but we originally years back had red trucks, then we had white trucks, then it went to lime yellow apparatus. Now we're back to red, or there might be some white pinstriping. But why do colors change? I mean, I see New Haven sticks with white. They're still with white. Brantford has some yellow. Why do things change over the years? Is it due to research studies or costs or what?
Well,
and what's your favorite color?
my favorite color is red
Okay.
because it simulates a fire truck.
Yeah.
When you were a little kid, fire
Yep.
trucks were always red. Tonka trucks, they were always red. Everything was red. It's the number one color. Red's the number one color.
Yep.
It's more universal. It's national. It could be seen. It's very high visibility. A red truck is high visibility, even without the lights on. It's high visibility.
Yeah.
So that's why, as we started changing our apparatus,
Yeah.
we had the lime green. As we started changing and we started getting traditional red,
Okay.
national red.
All right.
So they all flow together.
All right. Had to ask that question.
Okay,
so.
you got it.
All right, great. So we appreciate Peter Criscuolo coming on board here today to discuss his history and his reasoning behind running for the Fire Commission again. Again, he served 24 years prior, and after a 4-year break, he's on the ballot again.
Right.
Regardless of who you vote for, we want to remind people that Election Day is Tuesday, November 4th, and exercise your right to vote. It's important. It's a great gift that we live in a country to be able to do something like that, and we hope you will go out and vote on Election Day. So, Peter, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very
Yep.
much, Walter. And again, come out to vote on Election Day. Please.
Take care. Have a good night.
Good night.